Hi guys, Legend of Old 101 here. Come to talk to you about The Green Knight. Oh my gosh, with the acclaimed director David Lowery. So he hasn't done much, but it's the first thing I've seen him do, The Green Knight, and these visuals, my goodness, these visuals are so good, yo. Wee. This movie single-handedly made me want to watch Attack on Titan movie directed by David Lowery, bro. The way he did these massive, basically creatures, beings in this movie was amazing. This movie was like an massive acid trip, bro. It was insane. I thought it made you question what was real and what wasn't real, because it followed Dev Patel as Segwayne, and in this one he's the nephew of King Arthur in this movie. So they take a lot of liberties with the Arthurian legend, mythos, and kind of put it to their own ends, and kind of twist it a little bit from the Green Knight story, the original story. But Dev Patel, yeah, he plays a great character in this movie. A man who's, how would I put it? Childish in a way that he feels he has such a claim just because he's the nephew of King Arthur, and he basically does what he wants. He sleeps around with people. We have someone that he basically sleeps around with the most. He has a girlfriend, potential wife, but he's almost like a child in a sense, and his mum wants him to grow up. So you kind of like get little hints of what's going on in the movie. They never really beat you over the head with what's actually happening, but you kind of literally have to guess sometimes, and you kind of just have to read between the lines of some of the stuff, and they have multiple meanings sometimes, where it's a complex movie. I'll say that it's a complex movie if you're not looking for what you need to be looking for, if you know what I mean, if you catch my drift. And David Lowery kind of just makes this movie an adventure, you know what I'm saying, a mythical journey into the mind of Segwayne, you know, on his journey to meet the Green Knight, because of this movie kind of starts off where his mother, I think is his mother Morgana in the movie. I forgot if it's Morgana Le Fay, yeah. Because I think she's played by, who's she played by again in this movie? Because she's a great actor as well. Who the heck is she played by? Sarita Chowdhury. Yeah, there she still looks good. After all these years, she still looks good. Sarita Chowdhury's tight. So she plays Dev Patel's mum in the movie, and Alicia Vikander. Woo wee! Everyone knows who that is. She always looks good. She plays like the girlfriend of Segwayne, of Dev Patel's character. She kind of plays like a double role in this movie as well, where she plays the wife of a king that he meets in the forest. So this movie starts off where this man, this Green Knight, rocks up in Camelot. He rocks up there and kind of just goes there and goes, what was it? He did like a trick. So he goes, what was it? How did it go? Yeah, I think I've got it written down here. So he challenges the court. Any knight who is able to land a blow on him will win his green axe. However, that knight must travel to the Green Chapel the following Christmas and receive an equal blow in return. So he's basically set a challenge, a Christmas challenge, if you will, you know, and to anyone in the castle, and none of them want to do it. They were like, this sounds kind of dodgy. Who is this guy? He looks magical. He looks like a damn creature, a demon. But Segwayne, in his hubris, you know what I'm saying, his prideful nature, thinks he's better than everybody else, goes, you know what, I'll do it. So the Green Knight obliges. He bends down, puts his head over, and goes, you know what, yeah, strike me with a blow, and I'll give you an equal blow later on down the line, next Christmas. And you get me axe. So Segwayne takes the Green Knight's head off, and I was like, wow. So he does realize that it's going to be an equal blow, right? Next time he sees him. So yeah, he takes his head off. He celebrated in the town, in the village. He's like, yeah, I'm the king. Well, the potential king, the new hero of Camelot. You know, celebrating how he slayed the Green Knight. Took his axe and he's gonna, you know, say he's the hero now of the whole village, talk of the town. People are making plays of him, like little puppet shows of Sir Gawain and the Green Knight, of him vanquishing him. So yeah, Christmas time was about to come around now, so he has to make a journey to go there. He was like, do I have to make a journey? And they were like, yeah. Arthur was like, yeah, you literally have to make a journey now to see the Green Knight, because he was thinking, oh, it's over. It was a joke. I won. He did not take this seriously at all, which he should have done. But then he goes on a journey to see the Green Knight. His mum, Morgana, gives him like a waistband, a magical waistband that she bestowed upon magically, and said, if you have this on, no one can kill you. You cannot be hurt, you cannot be damaged, you cannot be harmed. So, and it seems like Morgana just started this whole thing up herself. She did this almost, and I was like, I don't know how the original Green Knight story goes, but it seemed like she did this on purpose to kind of teach him a lesson. It looked like, but all this stuff's happening and Morgana seems to be just there in the back, just like kind of orchestrating things, and it's kind of weird how she does it. It's kind of like a test for Sir Gawain. And yeah, so he goes to see his girlfriend, and she goes, "Are you gonna marry me?" He didn't answer, and then that was the end of her character really in the movie. He goes off, and they have these long takes, these long shots in this movie. These just like continuous shots, which I loved in this movie. You never really see a lot of it in these big budget movies, and these kind of lower budget, kind of artsy style movies, indie movies. I just love seeing those. It's so different. It's just so refreshing to see. And David Lowery, he's a great director. Like his visuals, the way he sees film, is spectacular. And I'd love to see what he does in the future. I want to see him do more big budget stuff as well, kind of with this kind of vision, what he has. He kind of runs in basically. So Dev Patel, Sir Gawain, he runs into this random person in the middle of a battlefield, and I'm like, why is this guy the only one alive? So then he kind of asks him, do you know where this chapel is, where he's gonna see the Green Knight? And the guy goes, yeah, I'll tell you where to go, but then are you not gonna give me a reward? So then he goes, yeah, my thanks. And he goes, no, I want a reward. I told you where to go. So then he gives him like a coin, throws a coin his way. Then at some point he ambushes Sir Gawain with two other people, a woman and a man. They ambush him, take his stuff. So then he's stranded now. He has no he has no wax. He has no sword. Everything's been taken from him. So then he goes to he sees a little random house where a woman's been beheaded. There is a story behind the character, but I don't really know it that well. It's the girl from Falcon and the Winter Soldier, the villain. It's her, with the red hair, the mixed race girl. So it's her. And he helps her find her head. So all of a sudden he's got his sword back, or he has the axe. I can't remember which one it was. The axe or the sword. He got that back. She magically sent it back to him. So then after that he runs into this king and queen of this random village. I'm like, random part of the forest. Well, but actually no. I think before he goes there, he sees these giants, and this is where the Attack on Titan thing kind of gets me. I'm like, yo, the visuals. See these bald-headed, massive like titans of like Greek mythology, almost walking around like an Attack on Titan characters. And he's like, hello, can you help me? And then they kind of give him some advice. And then they walk off. Then he goes on his way. And then that's when he sees the king and the queen. He sees Joel Edgerton's character and Alicia Vikander's double duty role. She's the queen in this one, and she speaks with him, and she speaks with Sir Gawain. And Joel Edgerton gives him a kiss, and I'm like, what? The gay undertones in this scene. And I was like, what's going on here? So Alicia Vikander basically character says that he's no knight because he's he's not noble enough. So he basically has all these doubts now going through this movie of if he can actually achieve this. So all these things kind of like break his psyche down. All the stuff that's happening in this movie on his journey to get in there. It's like a trials and tribulations story. That's basically what this movie is, of Sir Gawain. And basically, and he sees this fox talking about prophecies. And as soon as he gets to this chapel, so the Green Knight's there now. He gets there at some point after all this madness. He gets there, and he goes, "It's time." Green Knight's like, "It's time. Bow down." So then he bows down, and this is all just like, I'm just doing a quick run through, just like a quick review. But I'm just saying like what I loved about this movie. He's about to behead Sir Gawain at this point. He's like, no. But at this point, before he goes to behead him, tries to behead him, he has this vision. At first I was like, wait, has he survived the test of the Green Knight? Because he has this vision of his whole story, almost like a fever dream of him surviving. It seemed real at first. He has like a dream of him becoming king at some point. He has children. His girlfriend becomes his he has his kid, takes the kid from her, banishes her. He sleeps with someone else from another kingdom. But they come together. He has kids with her. So then all this chaos happens, madness, wars upon wars, and at the end of it, he's just so old and tired. He just like releases his magical band, and literally his head just falls off. So at that point, that's what would have happened. That's what they're basically saying, what would have happened if he survived. He kept the band around his waist. But in this one, he took his band off and he took the punishment. He goes, "Yes, you are very noble." He says something like that, along those lines. And that's all you hear. You never see his head come off. You never see anything. His head just... All you hear is a whack of his axe. You hear the sound of his axe like hitting something, and that's all you hear. And then the movie ends. So basically, he gets beheaded. He basically loses the bet. He never survived, because I feel he never survived that. He took his band off. He was going to die regardless. But that's what I think. But it could be taken in many ways. He could have lived. He could have been pardoned. We don't know, because it never shows exactly what happens to him if he ever goes back. If he ever survived it. If the Green Knight kind of thought he was worthy of living. So you never really get that kind of thing. But it's implied that he dies. But yeah, there is like an end scene where a little girl picks up the king's crown at some point, but I don't know where that's going. But yeah, so that's the ending of the Green Knight, and the plot. It's a simple plot. You know what I'm saying? But it works so well within this kind of medium, this kind of Arthurian legend, which makes up King Arthur. You can never really see King Arthur that much either. He's kind of like an old king at this point. But great cast, by the way. This cast is stellar. Barry Keoghan, Erin Kellyman, Kate Dickey, Sean Harris, Ralph Ineson, Alicia Vikander, Joel Edgerton, Saria Chowdhury, Dev Patel. My gosh, the cast is immaculate. But yeah, and I forgot as well, the boy who took his stuff, who robbed him. Yeah, I think he's one of the guys in Eternals, so you're gonna see him at some point in that big budget movie. But yeah, low budget movie that stretched every part of its budget like to perfection. This movie is... What should I rate this movie? This movie is... What should I give this movie? I'm gonna give it a 9 out of 10. Almost perfect. I don't know what the one could have been put over. I don't know. 9 out of 10. That's what I say. This movie, really good movie. Yeah, I give it an A minus if I was to rate it in terms of like words, like letters. An A minus. So yeah, Green Knight, great film, and I think it's gonna be released in the UK now. Apparently, for some reason, it wasn't been released globally. But yeah, A24 did it again. That company is amazing. A24 winning right now, stretching that budget like the G's that they are. So there you go, Green Knight. Check it out. Recommendation from your boy, from me, Legend of All 101. Remember to follow me, Twitter and Instagram, all those good places. Twitter, Instagram, as I said before. I think Twitter is the main place you're gonna find me. Like, share, subscribe, press that notification bell, and put the comments in the comment section down below. You know how it goes. Come on. So yeah, I'm out. Wherever you are, day or night, stay safe out here in these streets. This is Legend of All 101 signing out. Peace.